Good afternoon, D&D TikTok and barbecue TikTok and beyond, and welcome to Roll for Barbecue. Let's get it done. As always, this series is inspired by the popular Roll for Sandwich series by AdventuresinAardia. Let's kick off this barbecue by rolling for meat. 1. Beef. Okay, let's see how we're preparing our beef today. Yes, tomahawk steak. This is a steak that you definitely need to source with your local butcher. Today we're working with a choice cut steak and doing some mild trimming. Now it's time to roll for binder. 7. Worcestershire sauce. Today we're going to be using Bear Burton's W sauce. And before I catch any heat, use the sauce that you like. Alright, let's get back to it. We're going to add that Worcestershire sauce onto the steak, adding it on both sides. And of course, don't forget the edges. Once you have your binder down, it's time to roll for seasoning. 12. Salt and pepper, and 19. Wife's choice. We're going to put on some fresh cracked black pepper and some Himalayan salt. Once you have your salt and pepper on, let it rest for at least 15 minutes. And of course, don't forget the sides. And now it's time to see if the wife is going to be violent today. She chose Boar's Night Out White Lightning Double Garlic Butter Seasoning. Honestly, this on a steak is definitely going to be a good fit. Now that the steak is rested for 15 minutes, we're going to add that seasoning onto it. We're trying to get this up to room temperature, and now it's time to roll for char griller. 2. Grand Champ. And we're going to do a reverse sear on this, so let's see what type of wood we're smoking with today. 5. Post oak. No problem at all. We got the Grand Champ rolling at 250 degrees Fahrenheit. We're going to let that smoke until we hit an internal temperature of 120 degrees Fahrenheit. Then we're going to sear for 2 minutes on each side on the Auto Kamado grill. Once your steak is seared on both sides, we're going to let it rest for 10 minutes under some tin foil. This steak smells absolutely incredible already. We're going to cut this thing off the bone, and then we're going to cut against the grain. It's already slicing like butter, and we're hoping to have a nice medium rare. Oh yeah, and now it's time for wild magic. Pickles. Alright, let's go ahead and roll for pickles. 3. Hot Dill by How to Barbecue Right. Killer Hogs pickles are phenomenal, but I'm not sure how they pair with steak. That's a first for me, but there's only one way to find out. Alright, you guys, click them tongs. It's time for the D20 sauce roll. 12. Ranch. Okay, we're going to be actually using some Jets Ranch. And of course, we got to get it nice and fancy looking. This is definitely a unique one, but let's see how it tastes. Here we go. Wow. I think we could say right now that this is hands down the best recipe we've ever made on Roll for Barbecue. Usually I would expect the pickle to be very forward, but this actually paired perfectly with this. And of course, the wife made a choice, so she's got to try it for herself. I think she's going to be pretty surprised.
I never would have thought that pickles, ranch, and steak would have went together. Honestly, it was so delicious.
And while she gets another taste test, we gotta try this steak just on its own. The salt, pepper, and that garlic seasoning made this steak so delicious, and it was absolutely tender. I'm absolutely blown away by this, so we're gonna give this one an 11 out of 10. And we're gonna call this one the Dilly Beef Hammer. And just like that, that's episode 37. Be sure to like, follow, share, and subscribe to our channel, and check us out on our other platforms. And as always, we'll see you at the next barbecue.